well for the consolidated election?
Well, as of right now, when I did speak to county regarding mail-in, they stated that they were waiting to get orders from governor's office or so to see if they have to send out applications. If it's mandatory for them to send out applications to everyone, as they did in the last election. And so as soon as they have that information, they'll update me with that.
Okay, thank you.
Denisha, I had a question about statement of economic interest. Are we notified via email, or is there a letter in our box if we have to go through that?
You have, when I provide the email, the information to the county, I normally provide them with emails. There are a few that don't have emails, and that goes to their home. So they normally send, I think, at least 5 attempts first, and then that's when I notify those that have not been notified. So via email first.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, a mayor's report. Now the mayor's not here. Mr. Wallace, do you want to handle that, or you want me to handle that?
Mayor Pro Tem, I'd like to defer to Chief Kerner to introduce Anthony Lazarone with a short bio. Chief?
Yeah, that's great. Go ahead.
Good evening, folks. Can you hear me, I hope?
Yes, sir.
Tonight, we're going to be appointing Anthony Lazarone as Deputy Chief of the Monee Police Department. Anthony is a 22-year veteran of the Monee Police Department. He has served as a patrol officer, a K-9 handler, a supervisor on the regional field force team, a patrol supervisor, as well as a police and EMS instructor. He has multiple commendations in his file for exceptional police work and prides himself in developing and leading our Explorer program. This is only the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Tony's contributions to MPD. We expect great things from his leadership, both within the agency and alongside our community. Congratulations to Deputy Chief Lazarone.
Congratulations.
Absolutely.
Good job. Well done.
Mr. Mayor Pro Tem.
Yes. Okay.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
a motion would be in order to appoint Sergeant Lazarone to the position of Deputy Chief.
Absolutely. So I will make, who would like to make that motion?
I'll make that motion.
So Trustee Wilson,
I'll
second.
second that motion.
Okay, so we have Trustee Gonzalez that's first, and then
Wilson.
second.
Yes.
Trustee Wilson.
Okay.
Great. Let's go for a vote here.
Trustee Wilson,
Most definitely, yes.
Trustee Udris,
100% yes.
Trustee Blue,
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez,
Yes.
Trustee Horn.
Absolutely, yes.
Um,
Very good. All right. Congratulations,
Very proud of you.
Officer Lazarone.
Madam Clerk, would you like to administer the oath now?
Absolutely.
Okay.
If you can please raise your right hand and insert your name after I and repeat after me. So I
Anthony Lazarone,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
as Deputy Police Chief
as Deputy Police Chief
for the Village of Monee
the Village of Monee
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. You make us proud.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Happy to call you Deputy Chief Lazarone now.
Amen to that. That's right.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well deserved.
Yeah, absolutely. Very good. All right.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Take care. All right. Administrators report. Mr. Wallace.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem. One item on the agenda this evening is Amazon.com Services Incorporated TIF payment request. The village has received a TIF reimbursement request from Amazon.com Services Incorporated for property tax year 2019. The property is located in TIF District Number 5 at the southwest corner of Monee Manhattan Road and Ridgeland Avenue. The property taxes for tax year 2019 are shown to be paid in full. The amount of the reimbursement request is $1,438,811.34. This represents 80% of the increment generated by the property taxes and is in accordance with the redevelopment agreement. Therefore, the action requested this evening is the motion to authorize TIF reimbursement payment to Amazon.com Services, Inc. in the amount of $1,438,811.34.
All right, very good. Who would like to make the motion on that?
I'll make that motion, Mr. Mayor.
I'll second.
Who, I didn't hear who did the first on that.
Janet, I think.
Janet.
Janet and then Anthony, right?
Yes.
Is there any discussion on this?
I have one question for the administrator. Mr. Wallace, are we completely satisfied that they met all of the requirements in order to receive this TIF reimbursement?
Yes, ma'am, we are.
No
Very
other questions.
good. Any other questions? All right, let's go for a vote.
Trustee Wilson,
Yes.
trustee Idris,
Yes.
trustee Blue,
Yes.
trustee Gonzalez,
Yes.
trustee Horn,
Yes.
trustee Razik,
Yes.
All right. Very
Thank
good.
Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, if I may, at this point, I would like to defer to Randy Ulaskis, our Director of Emergency Management Agency, for an update on the coronavirus vaccine status in Will County. Randy, are you on the line? Yep.
Or can we keep moving and we'll
Yes,
let him jump in when he makes contact with us.
absolutely.
Let's do our officials reports. I'll go first with Public Works. So our Public Works Department is encouraging, even pleading with our residents to remove vehicles after snowfalls of 2 inches or more. There's been many cars ignoring the ordinance, which it is an ordinance, just to reiterate, which causes delays in clearing streets and causes unwanted piles of snow left on the roads. This in return causes safety concerns for others who travel on these roads or need to park along the edge of the street at a later time. Also, this includes depositing snow onto a freshly plowed street. So snow blowing snow onto a street prevents salt and brine from melting the snow properly and can make also for unsafe conditions on roadways. Return trips to clean and treat streets for spot cleaning such as this is a wasteful cost to our treatment products and our workers' time and is against our village code. You are potentially can be cited for offenses like that. So please be aware of that. We don't want to do that. I know our people usually give warnings and reminders and so forth, such as we're doing tonight. Now, on the other issue, Public Works performed 1,205 hours of Julie locates in 2020, of which 23 were after hours emergency locates, and there's a 2-hour response time needed on those. So they've been very busy, and so I guess the main thing is just please park off the streets so our plows can get around and keep your streets clear. They do a very good job, by the way. I mean, we haven't had too much this year. I guess we've had 1 snow, maybe 1 or 2. I'm sure we'll have more, but just keep those things in mind. Thank you. End of report. Okay, let's go to Parks and Recreation. Trustee Wilson.
Thank you, sir. I just want to start off by saying Happy New Year to everyone. And congratulations once again to Deputy Chief Lazarone. His promotion is monumental in more ways than one. As we all know, the deputy chief position is a vital position in the police department, and the village is fortunate enough to have them. So welcome aboard. Also, a strong infrastructure is necessary for economic growth, and we are getting there. So that's a good sign. I love it. Now for the report. So it's going to be business as usual with the Parks and Recreation until otherwise directed. We're staying positive and planning for the future. Spring baseball and softball registration will be held on January 23rd, 29th, and 30th during normal business hours for ages 4 through 14. For more details and forms, go to the website village.monee.org and go to the Parks and Recreation page. Republic recycling schedule and map, along with the village monthly newsletter, will be posted on our website under quick links on the bottom of the front page. Keep an eye out for the Vedette newspaper that now comes free in the mail at the last week of every month. So be at the end of every month, be looking for the Vedette, our updated newsletter. On a side note, I had inadvertently omitted in the past about the $30 water bill credit, one-time credit that took place over the summer of last year, 2020. I would like to thank the clerk's office for fielding the calls in reference to the one-time water bill credit that was provided last summer. So thank you, Michelle, for not taking it personally out on me. For any additional Parks and Recreation information, please call the village, or you can always check for updates on the village website, villageofmonee.org, or our Facebook page, Village of Monee, or you can contact Diana Kroll at 708-534-8302. End of report.
Very good. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
How about Janet Blue, Trustee Blue, with your finance report, please?
Yes, sir. I have three things I'd like to talk about today. The first is our Families First Coronavirus Response Act, the FFCRA policy. We voted and agreed on this policy in May, right at the beginning of the pandemic. And of course, who could foresee how that was going to roll out? And I just want to remind us of the policy first. So it's the policy of the Village of Monee to comply with the requirements of the Federal Families First Coronavirus Response Act. The Act provides employees with emergency paid leave and emergency paid family and medical leave for those affected by the COVID-19 pandemic from April the 1st through to December 31st, 20. This policy has now sunsetted, and I would like to make a motion, please, to reinstate sick leave for any first responders scheduled to work who took sick leave due to a personal COVID-related event, and for part-time employees who I don't believe get sick leave, reimburse them. Additionally, reimburse out-of-pocket medical expenses incurred due to their, this particular group we're talking about, due to their COVID event. I'd like to make that motion, please.
I will make that motion.
I will second that motion.
Thank you.
Discussion. I have a couple questions, Trustee Blue. So how long does this extend to?
This is for the sick leave that was taken during this period of May through 31st of December.
Okay.
Because it's relating back to that policy. Yeah, that is,
okay.
The policy was made and it was sunset.
Okay, understood. All right.
I have a question, Trustee Blue. Now this, we're not talking about the officers, we're talking about the family members, officers or household family members of officers.
No, we're talking about first responders. So this would be police officers, and it would include people like DPW. Please correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Wallace. But it would include people from DPW who took a sick leave for a personal COVID-related event. It's for them personally.
Okay.
But not family members. I think that's what Mr. Wilson's
Correct.
asking about, right? It's just the person.
For a personal family, a personal COVID-related event.
So the excerpts from the law state that if even one of our first responders has to take off because of family members' sickness for caregiving, that should be included as well. So I know like you said, it has sunsetted. So for future reference to if we have to keep an eye on this one and have to create one for 2021, I would like to be able to stay on top of that one too, please.
Yeah, and I think you're right. I think we're going to have to revisit this for 2021. I don't know what's been rolled out for first responders. This particular motion was to reinstate whatever was lost from last year. Again, I don't know what else would be affected by that this year. I would rely on Mr. Wallace and our attorney to give us counsel on that.
Okay, any other questions on that?
And I think it's important to note that by doing this, I think we're doing exactly what a lot of the surrounding towns have also done for their first responders. So we're keeping right in line with everybody.
Agreed.
Okay. So do we need to do a vote on this? I'm not sure because it's not in the minutes as the agenda as a official.
We have an action item and with a motion and a second.
Right. So should we take a vote on this?
Yes, there's already a motion on the table.
Okay, let's go ahead and vote then.
Trustee Udris,
Yes.
trustee Blue,
Yes.
trustee Gonzalez,
Yes.
trustee Horn,
Yes.
trustee Razik. Trustee Razik.
I think we lost him about midway through this discussion.
Okay. Trustee Wilson.
Yes.
It was nice knowing him. He's a nice guy. Anybody else has everyone voted on that? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, let's go to economic development. Oh, he's not here, Mr. Razak. So does anyone have words on that? Otherwise, if he jumps on again, we'll come back to him. Building services. Trustee Udris.
Okay, thank you. For the month of December, building services issued 47 building permits. That gave a permit value for the month of December of $1,490,986. 7 homes went on the market and have been scheduled for resale inspections. Building services would like to inform all residents, business owners, and contractors that the Village Hall does remain closed to the public due to COVID, and that will remain in effect until further notice. And as a friendly reminder, many businesses have not contacted or called in yet to schedule their annual business license inspections. Ask that you please call Building Services Department at 708-534-8303 to schedule these promptly so that we may deliver your business licenses for 2021. Building Services continues to work with residents on the trash can ordinance compliance. So if you do receive a notice or you feel that you need some assistance to understand the ordinance, please give Building Services a call. And finally, if you have any questions regarding inspections, home repairs, improvements, building structures, code compliance, or need a building permit, again, you can call Building Services Department at 708-534-8303, or you can email them at buildingservices@villageofmonee.org. End of report.
Very good. Thank you, Scott. Last but not least, public safety with Trustee Gonzalez.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Horn. I would like to defer to Chief Kerner for part of our public safety tonight, because with the promotion of Anthony Lazarone, we have 2 other promotions within the department, and I'd like to for Chief Kerner to take over for a moment.
You want me to do the bios, Trustee Gonzalez, or did you want to do that?
No, go ahead and do the oaths first, and I will read their bios after.
Okay, we are going to be backfilling Deputy Chief Lazzarone's spot. We are proud today to be presenting Patrol Officer Teresa Cancelosi for sergeant, and Officer Michael Schreffler, one of our part-time officers and a veteran officer, for full-time to backfill for Teresa. Do you want to do the oaths?
Absolutely. I can do Teresa first.
Come on up, Teresa.
Hello, if you can please raise your right hand and repeat after me. Insert your name after I. I
Teresa Cancelosi,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
as Sergeant for the Village of Monee
as Sergeant for the Village of Monee
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So to announce, Teresa is a 12-year veteran of Monee PD and one of the lead juvenile officers. Teresa has several commendations and is often recognized for her leadership, not only in the field, but also with our Special Olympics programs. She's volunteered to take the lead for our field training program and has become a mentor to many of our younger officers. Teresa is the full-time female patrol officer on the Monee Police Department and will now be the first female sergeant. We expect big things from this very talented officer. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Awesome job, Teresa.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Proud of you.
Thank you.
And now we can do the swearing in of Michael Schrupp. And if you can, sir, please raise your right hand and insert your name after I. Please repeat after me. I
Michael Schreffler,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge my duties
as a full-time police officer
as full-time police officer
for the Village of Monee
for the Village of Monee
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Good job.
Thanks.
Congratulations, Michael.
Thank you.
We're happy to receive Michael Schreffler into the fold full-time at Monee Police Department. Officer Schreffler has served as a part-time officer with us for the last year and has been exemplary in his performance. Mike is a 10-year veteran police officer who has served both Iroquois and Kankakee counties. He has also served as a correctional officer and brings an enormous amount of veteran experience and training to Monee PD. He'll be making an immediate impact on our community. Welcome aboard, Officer Schreffler.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very good. Very good. Anything else, Trustee Gonzalez?
End of report. Chief, do you have anything else?
I do not. Just thank you very much, board. We're really excited about the way we're growing here and the progress we're making. So thank you again.
As am I.
Big part
Got
of
it, Chief.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Very good.
Trustee Racick has now joined us. If you'd like to go back to his report.
Yeah, Anthony, you got a report for us, sir? Trustee Raycheck.
Well,
Okay. Well, let's continue. Let's move on, and then if he is, if we can get in touch with him, we'll add his report. Attorney's report. Attorney Gurcheski, go ahead. You have anything?
No report, Mayor.
Okay. Old business, the BS&A enterprise software. Who would like to speak to that?
Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, I can start the discussion off on that. If you
Go ahead.
recall, the village staff has conducted a search for a software that will bring all aspects of village administration operations into one package. After several demonstrations from different software companies, staff has selected the software. Finance Director Bolliner has had arranged for a link for a preview that was sent out to all of the elected officials. And at this time, I would like to defer to Finance Director Bolliner and have him explain a little bit more about the software. Carol, are you online?
I am. Hello, everyone. I hope everyone's doing well. I too would like to, first of all, congratulate Deputy Chief Lazarone, Sergeant Cancialosi, and Officer Shuffler. I'd like to begin with BSNA and give a little information. As Administrator Wallace stated earlier, the link was sent to all trustees, and I hope everyone had an opportunity to view that link. Staff previously had a 2-day display of the software package, so I'll try my best to kind of describe what we received and what the software package is capable of. First of all, BSNA is not only a financial software package, but is also an enterprise system, which touches each department within the village. They are a Microsoft Gold certified partner with over 1,000 clients in 17 different states. Currently, they have 100 clients in the Illinois area, with about 5 municipalities in close proximity to the village of Monee. In regards to financials, they're capable of handling general ledger, accounts payable, cash receipts, miscellaneous receivables, fixed assets, work orders, and utility billing. And on the personnel side, they offer payroll and HR services. They also have an employee self-service module in which employees can go in and make adjustments to W4 paperwork. They also offer community development modules, which include the building department, business licenses, and animal licenses. I know that currently we're going to be going into the budgeting process, and I'd like to kind of explain currently how that process is being done. Currently, we are performing this task on Microsoft Excel worksheets in which we print out these worksheets and we send to each department via email or still drop it in the mailbox. Those worksheets are then filled out by the department head and then brought together, sent to myself or the administrator to pull it all together into the main budget. With this software package, they have an item called workflow. And this is kind of the very essence of this software package, in that it allows for workflows. And what I mean by workflow is that it gives you the capability of not printing out the paperwork, but electronically sending this paperwork out to other departments, in which they take their piece, perform their task within their department, send that piece back to the finance department or the administrator's office, and that piece is brought into the budget itself, which allows for, which kind of takes out the typos or anything like that that I may possibly key in a wrong number. So it brings it directly into the main budget area. Not only does that workflow exist with budgeting, but it also happens with accounts payable and the payroll system. So timesheets are electronic. Accounts payable, for instance, with accounts payable, invoices come in through the mail. We put those invoices into each department head's mailbox. They code it, bring it back to the main village hall accounts payable area. With workflow, this ability is kind of put into the system. We scan in the invoices. Those invoices, once scanned in, are directly sent to the department head of each department. That allows for them to then code it and do electronic signature, and then it's sent right back to the workflow, in which time accounts payable will then write off the checks, print the checks, and when the checks are printed out, those invoices are electronically matched with the check. So the whole thing with this is that it decreases errors, it decreases time, it also provides for the ability of workflows. For instance, also with utility billing, currently, if there's going to be, let's say, a shutoff, and the Public Works Department goes to a residence and decides, we're going to put the notice on the door, that resident may decide, I'm going to pay online. Well, currently, there's a time constraint between them paying and us receiving that payment. It has to be downloaded or uploaded into our current system. With this workflow, it's maybe a 2-second lag time in which they make that payment. It's reflected within our system immediately. So, I mean, it's basically, you can be in the field. Once they make that payment, we know that it's done. We know that it's been processed, and we can move on. So those are some of the things that the software package can do. As also, it touches building department, in which they have a workflow order there in which contractors, subcontractors, and the like can be scheduled online. That paperwork is then sent to the building department, in which it's approved or denied, and they can make that payment at the same time. So it all kind of integrates into the software package, or the enterprise system, and everything is reflected in real time. Also, this integrates with GIS integration. It also integrates with our current water reading application, which is called Census. So it integrates with a variety of the systems that we currently have. I know that we have Laserfish as well. So Laserfish would also be something that would work together with this platform. So it integrates everything, and it's kind of it speeds up the process. It decreases errors. So those are some of the things that I'd like to, just highlight and let everyone be aware of. There's many more features of the software, but in the essence of saving time, I'll kind of leave it at that. Their timeline for implementation is between 7 and 10 months, but they prefer to do a 80-20 type of deal, in which they do 80% of the work, and then the village supplies the other 20%. They've got a 15-minute window in which, if we have any issues, we call, they respond within 15 minutes. They have pretty much stated that they've been able to beat the 15 minutes, but they allow for buffer room. So it tends to be a pretty good, very good software, in the fact that we did go visit one of the municipalities close to us, and they were very happy with what they have. So if anyone has any questions, please feel free to contact me or reach out.
Thank you, Daryl. Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, if I may comment, I'll finish my presentation and present it to the board. As you can see, there are many facets of this software, and the integration part of the software with programs that the board has already authorized the purchase and had been in operation for a couple of years, such as Laserfish. However, we are asking for a total encompassing package, project package, in the amount of $250,000, not to exceed that amount. I would like to say that $153,170 is the cost of the BSNA software. The remaining amount that is being requested is to cover integration charges, additional training, the purchase of timekeeping software, of which the village has no timekeeping software whatsoever. And again, it pulls it all to the administration modules into the front office, and it allows different departments to validate timekeeping records prior to sending those to the administration. So at this point, I would maybe defer to the we would like to, at the advice of the attorney, we would like to, if the village elected officials are inclined to do so, we would like to ask that this matter be moved to the agenda for next meeting for an official vote on exception, to accept this, and not only the cost of the software, but the overall project cost as well. And it also allows a time frame for any questions that any of the individual elected officials may have to reach out and get those questions answered. Again, just to reiterate, the software itself is a cost of $170,000, and the total project cost we're seeking is an amount not to exceed $250,000.
Okay.
presentation, Mr. Chairman, or Mr. Mayor Pro Tem.
Yeah, that would be fine. But, you know, since we have Mr. Bollner on the line here, can we ask some questions now?
Absolutely.
So that 250K, is that an annual or is that a one-time or is there a subscription piece with that as well?
Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, this is a one-time cost. There is a subscription fee attached, which is outside of the 250 going forward. I believe that subscription fee to be about $12,000 per year.
And we do pay a subscription right now, don't we, Darrell? So about seven.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. So that would go.
Well, I can speak to this just a little bit from our personal experience. The system we have now, as many of you know, is Darrell, but it's still a DOS-based system, which I don't think I've used DOS since like 1997. Is that accurate?
That is pretty accurate. I would like to say I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that our current software provider has informed me that they are updating their current package, but it is not ready at this moment, and there's no date in which all the modules would be available to our municipality.
That's just amazing to me. That's all the comments I have. Anybody else have a question for
Yeah, I
Darrell?
had a couple of comments. So Darrell, I think they said they were going to update this before, if I remember rightly as well. And we still don't
Yes.
we still don't have the update. So part of me wonders if that's just trying to have them focus on their own product and hope that they can come up with something else. But the other thing, two things. One is the Finance Committee did also take a look at this, and we did recommend to the board to move forward on it last year. And the next step to that was to have that presentation from the company, and of course COVID restricted us from doing that. But the other thing to consider with this is we know that we have found stuff that was missed, even going back as far as, and correct me if I'm wrong, but like as far as 2011, I know a former administration found something that had been missed on the computer, which results in a lot of dollars and a lot of people who are not happy. And so I think that this is probably already paid for itself before we even buy it, because it will help us to capture that information accurately and have confidence in it. Because if you don't have confidence in your accounting package, even if it's just that one tiny module, then you're going to have to go back and double check it all, which is more man hours. So that's why I'm certainly 100% behind this.
Yes. If you would, Darrell, can you, in layman's term, just compare the current operating system to the BSNA?
Well, okay, I guess I could compare it like this. Our current system, it's probably the closest thing to say it is kind of a DOS-based system, in that it does involve a lot of programming from that vendor. Whereas I believe, well, I know that this system is more Windows-based. One of the things about this program is that they are a Microsoft Gold certified partner, and in my opinion, that's not an easy certification to have when they offer to partner with a company, because you have to almost simulate that package similar to Windows products or Microsoft products, where you have the drop-down menus and I don't know if the ribbons in, for instance, Microsoft Word, where you drop down and everything is there. So the familiarity with it would be easier for everyone involved.
Awesome. And just so, correct me if I'm wrong, but coming from the Parks and Recreation perspective, would residents be able to make payments online utilizing the software?
Yes, they would. And one of the things about this is that, like I said previously, currently, when there's a payment online, that payment has to be either uploaded or ran through our register again to capture that payment. Whereas with this, it is directly integrated within our system. So once a resident makes that payment, it directly hits our GL and it's seen there. And not only that, it also kind of builds its own bank reconciliation within the platform. So almost doing a bank reconciliation is a push of a button task at that point.
Awesome. Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome.
And if I can just add my 2 cents worth too, and I'll just say that Daryl is being kind in getting the system online, having been through an enterprise-wide kind of conglomeration into a streamlined process. This would make right now we have about 5 systems that would be integrated into one, where no data could get lost in translation or a typo or anything. It's real time and all of it speaks to one another. So this is, this would make everybody's life easier at Village Hall as well.
Awesome.
Okay, any other questions or comments on this? Okay, let's move ahead. So we're not going to take a vote on it tonight. Is that your recommendation, Council? You're muted, but I'll take that as we're not taking a vote. Is Anthony here that he can give his report? If you're here, Anthony, jump in.
Yes, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
All right. All right. For my report, I just got one simple little thing. Eat the Bone Barbecue redevelopment agreement has been signed by the business owners. End of report.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Okay.
Yep.
Do we have any new business today?
Actually, I do have a couple of items I meant to include in my report, but I just got carried away, so I apologize for that. One is, as Daryl did mention, we will be setting meetings for our budget. We're expecting the first one to be towards the end of February. I know that department heads are already meeting and talking about the budget, but I will, as usual, book 3 Mondays, 6 o'clock. I'll let you know which date. We're thinking 22nd of February, but it's not set in stone. So when I have that, I will get it out. And of course, it's open to the public, and we welcome all trustees, regardless of whether you're on the finance committee or not. The last thing is, I know you've heard me say this many times, but the Village of Monee, the municipality, is one of 10 lines on our property tax bill. And as part of our effort to help our residents get the biggest bang for their property tax dollar, because we can't control anybody else's levy, we do have a property tax forum and workshop. It's going to be led by Rhonda Novak. She is the Will County Supervisor of Assessments. As I said, I believe on Facebook, someone asked, and she has been super helpful all the way. And she's going to come with her team. It's going to be from 6 to 8 p.m. on the 11th of February here at the Village Hall. But again, details will be posted. We'll also put it, we'll also be mailing that to homes. And so she will come with several members of her crew, and she'll talk about tax education, property tax education, and how to appeal. She may even be able to help 1 or 2 people on the night if you bring your property taxes with you. That's why she's bringing her crew and pencils at the ready. So we will be putting more information up on that. But I'm very, very grateful to Ms. Novak for coming to help us, and we're looking forward to that for sure. Thank you.
Beautiful. Sounds good. Thank you. Any other new business? All right. Let's move to open to the public. So this can be non-agenda items. So does anyone from the public, would they like to speak? You have 3 minutes for your comments. Go ahead. Anybody? Going once? Twice? 3 times? Okay. Executive session, we need to, is there anything else I'm missing here, Administrator Wallace? Anything else on the open side of the agenda?
No, sir, just a motion for executive session.
All right, so we need a motion to go into executive session.
I'll make that motion.
Mr. Mayor,
Second.
could you read the reasons we're going into executive session, please?
Yes, we're going in for 2 things, 5 ILCS 120/2C 2 collective negotiating matters, and 5 ILCS 120/2C 11 pending litigation. Those are the 2 reasons we're going into executive session. Okay, vote.
Doing a roll call.
A motion in a second.
Did we get,
Yeah, I
I think
had the-
a motion in the second, right?
Yeah,
Scott
Yes,
did the second, I believe.
I did the motion.
Okay.
I did the
Anthony
second.
did- Okay,
Got it.
Yeah.
Trustee Blue,
Yes.
trustee Gonzalez,
Yes.
trustee Horn,
yes.
trustee Razik,
yes.
trustee Wilson,
Yes.
trustee Udris,
Yes.
Very
Okay,
good. If everyone will stay on, I will move you to a breakout room where we can hold executive session, but this session will remain open in case we have to come back into regular session after the executive session. Please stand by.
Thank you.
you need a motion to adjourn?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Okay, so just to clarify, there was Udris and Razik, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, trustee Wilson,
Yes.
trustee Udris,
Yes.
trustee Blue,
Yes.
trustee Gonzalez,
Yes.
trustee Horn,
yes.
trustee Razik.
Yes.
806.
Okay.